purnasya purnamadaya purnameva avashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, all those that are invisible are filled with Brahman. All those that are visible are also fully permeated by Brahman. The whole universe has come out of the whole Brahman. The Brahman is still full, although the whole universe has come out of it. Om, peace, peace, peace. So we are in the Śvetāśvatara Upanishad, and we are summarizing the second chapter. And the chapter started with the question that how to practice here in life. So the suggestion was that the first harnessing the mind and senses with a view to realize the truth. The truth is that absolute truth which has been spoken in the first chapter, that to find God everywhere, to find that Satchidananda everywhere, as the fire is in the wood, as oil is in the sesame seed, like that he has given the example. So there is something behind all this visible universe, to focus there, to see that reality, both closing the eyes and opening. So that is the practice. So second chapter is started with, first we have to speed up or give some force to the mind to focus on one subject, the senses and the views, with the view to realize the truth, and then finding the little light within, light of the fire, then evolving soul brought itself out of the earth. And with our mind's control, so as to manifest the self-luminous immanent soul, we shall vigorously endeavor for the attainment of the supreme bliss. This resolution, we have to take this, that is with our mind, control mind. Why to control? So to manifest the self-luminous, immanent, pure soul, we shall endeavor vigorously for attaining that supreme bliss. The third verse told us the controlling the heaven-aspiring senses, not only the earth, to control of the senses of the physical universe, but controlling the desire to go to after death in some heavenly planes. We have two desires, either here or after death. So that is also a desire, that is to be controlled. We want to realize the absolute truth. This is neither here, neither in heaven. For the realizer, for the person who wants to realize the truth, heaven is rather bad place to go, because you will be more deluded, because there is a longer time of happiness and or pre-available things. You need not to work hard to get it. In this world you have to do something, to get something you have to work hard. To enjoy something you need to earn money, and then to go to place and find so much hassle is there. But in heaven, food is ready, health is ready, you are always youthful, you will not have any disease, no old age. So that's a more dangerous place for spiritual seeker, because he will be stuck there. That's why the Vedanta student don't want to go to heaven, because heaven is a place of more attraction and longer stay. It inspires one to stay there longer, to enjoy those senses which these physical senses cannot give. They want to get it in a subtler way. So that's why to conquer, more control is necessary. That's why this verse says, third verse, that third verse says, controlling the heaven-aspiring senses, the senses which want to go to heaven. Here is some type of joy, in heaven there is something. So people do austerities, Hindus do austerities, and so much practices. That's why they do the austerity, to go to heaven. Why we do the good work to go to heaven? That may be one step up.
In heaven you say that there will be no old age.
No, not tatrottam.
In the case of Jajati, why didn't he, when the death came, why he wanted to stay in the world? Why he didn't want to go to the heaven?
Yeah, he said na tatrottam jaraya viveti. Nachiketa talked to the God of death in heaven.
No, Jajati.
Uh,
He wanted to get the youth of his another son and wanted to continue on this earthly plane instead of going to the heaven.
Acha, because he said, whatever I am getting here, let us squeeze this lemon as much as you can juice, as much Ingersoll said, no, squeeze it as much as you can get it. After death, who knows where there is another life, forget that. At least this life is enough. We have to finish this life. Then will come desire for heavenly joy. And heavenly joy is, there are 7 planes of heaven. So the astral world is so high that it's a level after level after level after level. So one level you go and one type of fun, another level you go, 1 2-star hotel, 3-star hotel, 4-star, 5-star, go heaven and heaven, greater comfort, greater swimming pool, better food, better finer service, all types of senses experience. It is an attraction for the senses experience to enjoy in a very subtle way, not this physical way, in a subtle way. So, but those experiences, as you said, Jajati wanted to fulfill what is available now. The Charvak philosophy, what they say, that jāvat jivet sukham jivet. So, rinam kritva ghritam pibet. That means you make a loan or borrow money to eat ghee, means clarified buttermilk, means good food. Even by borrowing with credit card, you do all. Use your credit card. You have no money to use credit card. And then eat, drink. Because after death, don't listen to this, what these books are talking. After death, God, heaven, what is there? When this body will end, you see, it becomes a mass of ashes, no? Bhasmi bhutasya dehosya. When this body is put to the fire, it becomes ashes. Punaragamanam, where to come again into the life. Those are all concocted stories. So enjoy as much as you can. That's called the Charvak philosophy. Charvak philosophy was a great philosophy of India. So Jajati was in that plane to finish the experience, and he got tired. Jajati story, all of you know. Jajati was a king. He was a great king, but he was engaged in sensual enjoyments and fun, day and night. He forgot all other things and enjoyed the whole one span of life. But he has become old, but his desire is there, but cannot fulfill that. Then what will happen? So he is begging someone, who the sage, I forgot the name, he approached, this is my desire, what can you do something? He said, okay, you can be young. If someone exchanges your youth with the old age, that means who will help you, he will be old like you. And you will get the youthful energy again back. So, who will give his son, no? Ashtaboshu,
Puru, his son agreed.
His only one son said, okay, if father be happy, I will exchange my youth with him. And Puru became old guy, and father became young. And he enjoyed another lifetime, all the princely fun and joy, and royal joy. But after that, he concluded. That is the conclusion. Na jatu kamaha kama upabhogena sammati hovisha krishna vartvaiva bhuyoeva obhivardhate. Obhivardhate means this desire is not such a thing that you put ghee into that desire, like a fire. You want to come down the fire, but you want to put clarified buttermilk or ghee Do you put 1 spoon ghee, do you think it will be cool down or it will inflame? So, no jatu kamaha, kama, this desire, kama upabhogena, by experiencing the sensate experiences, you cannot calm it down. Only it will bring health hazard. Kama, I like ice cream. Okay, I take ice cream. Buckets of ice cream, buckets. I can take, but cholesterol. And heart attack. So, it cannot be, and you are not satisfied. Tongue will say more. So see, that's why it was the experience that by experiencing the sensate world with the senses, you cannot satisfy it. It is like putting ghee or clarified buttermilk into the fire. It bhuyo evo abhivarta, it increases, enhances the desire. Therefore, this experience is necessary. It cannot. Then you search it, the joy, in some other way. So that's the turning point of life comes. People feel exhausted in so many ways. People go toward dry drinking. Drinking may save me. Okay, go on drinking. They're a victim of drinking. Then you go to AAA meeting and try to get out of, and then get out. Then you see, no, by drinking more, you cannot satiate the desire of your drinking end. But it will be only bringing disaster. This experience, when it comes, then they want to come out of that. They are called the spontaneous renunciation comes. So here he is saying that not only for the gross universe in which we live, gross experiences of joy, by the sensate experience, that there is subtle experiences of joy also. That is in the heavenly idea, not here, but in another body, in a subtle body. So, to control the heaven-aspiring senses with the help of mind, the intellect, and immanent soul, so regenerates them as to enable them to manifest this self-luminous infinite light. So, conquering that also, conquering this, conquering is a good word, not controlling. Controlling means that someone is controlling me. It is not controlling. It is surpassing. Knowing that it cannot give me the desired joy I want. So the inner joy which is there to the physical level and also in the subtle level. Both levels we will have to fight. That's why to see God with eyes open here, and also meditation trying to see here and expanding that in identity everywhere. That is one type of practice. And also to withdraw the mind from these experiences of the senses, knowing fully well that they are momentary. I don't want momentary happiness. I don't want momentary peace. I want absolute joy, absolute peace, absolute happiness. So, great is the glory of the immanent soul who is all-pervading. That immanent soul who is inside, no? Or everywhere. What is the quality of that immanent soul? All-pervading, all-knowing, infinite and self-luminous. Only those rare few who know this truth, that joy is everywhere. Ananda is everywhere. Joy is everywhere. Ananda, Upanishad says, Ananda, Anandat hi evo khalu imani bhutani jayanti. Entire this whole universe has come out of Ananda, all joy. From joy it sprang. It's a small bud on the plant, you see, a flower is coming. It's Ananda, this smile comes, tenderness comes, joy comes. So anything we see in the world, anything created, comes out of joy. So he says that only the few, Ananda everywhere. So to only those rare few who know, they undergo necessary disciplines and spiritual practice. People may say, why am I to control my senses? Why am I to restrain myself? Why am I to focus in God, try to see this? Because this is the understanding that God is immanent everywhere. But when I am trying to seek it from one source, then you are stuck. Enjoy that everywhere. Every face is Lord's face. Every person, in every heart, the Lord resides. So this universalism of thought is a necessary condition for self-illumination. So here he says, great is the glory of the immanent soul. That soul, or is Brahman, simply, is pervaded everywhere and all-knowing, infinite and self-luminous. Only rare few people who know undergo the necessary discipline. It is some austerity, no? Getting up in the early morning. And you want to sleep. Huh? But get up. It's an austerity. Why do you do that austerity? With the purpose to necessary discipline for spiritual practice. Because I want to contemplate on my divine self within. For that you are to do this austerity. And then rare few only can do that. In the world, how many billions of people, and how many billions are striving to reach God and do all these austere practices. We can, Ramakrishna said, people can shed bucket full of tears for worldly things. Who cries for God? Ramakrishna said, no. Very few people are very rare, very fortunate people. Gita also suggests, Manushyanang sahasreshu, among thousands of people, a few are there. Manushyanang sahasreshu. Kaschit yatati siddhaye is trying to, making an attempt to lead the success, spiritual success in life. And among those who are trying to do this spiritual practice, out of them only few achieve the goal. That means it is a tough path. It is called the razor's edge. Kshurasya Upanishad has described why. Because it is really tough, because so much attraction. As if you are walking on a razor's edge. How much careful one should be, giving that serious thought that don't think spiritual life is always joyful. I'll sit for meditation and I'll get joy. Dry season will come, dry period, dark night of the soul. Nothing, you are meditating. Girish Ghosh, he was Thakur's disciple. And Thakur did everything. And everyone appreciates him. A dry period came in his life after Ramakrishna passed away. And he is thinking, nothing I feel about God or any reality. And he's passed to such a bad days. Ramakrishna's disciples were consoling him, Master Mosai is consoling him. Nothing worked. Then one day Swami Brahmananda went, and hearing all this, he patted on his back and said, "Get up, GC. What has happened?" And suddenly he got back his old sense. So many people had this concept that I am meditating for so much. I was very happy when I started my japa. And now after that everything is gone. Yes, that will. You have to continue. It is a sine curve movement. It is good, bad. But bad, this is also axis. You see, you are progressing. That progress you have to hold on. And we cannot be stagnant there. The spiritual life is, that's why the necessary discipline, spiritual practices are necessary. Only few people can do that. So those who understand this, the wise do indeed control the activities of the intellect and practice meditation and concentration. So wise people then try to follow the path of practice rather than talking, intellectual knowledge. That is good. Intellectual knowledge is helpful, but this has no value ultimately unless it is practiced. So, where the fire is churned, where air is controlled, where so much juice is overflows, that the mind attains. So you now select a place. That's why we select the temple, beautiful place, or in your home, one corner where no other disturbance. You go there, sit for meditation, and you create your spiritual vibration, no? And calm place. That's why to a quiet place. And there you go, placing the body in straight posture. How to meditate? It is a yogic path. You go, sit, the body is straight posture, trirunnatam. Three means three things: chest, throat and head should be in one line. Not bending this way, not bending that way. That is Patanjali yoga. So meditation is possible when alertness. Straight means alertness. And then he's suggesting, this is Upanishad, but bringing the yoga practices also to make it practical, theoretical to practical. And we cannot see God outside unless we see God here. One important point to remember. Many people say, I need not have to meditate. I see Brahman everywhere. No, you don't see Brahman everywhere. You cannot. If someone gives you a punch, then you see how you love that Brahman. So all idea of God goes away with little bit, because it is not the place. So you have to practice intensely, practice spiritual discipline in your private life, and rest of the time as you practice outside also, with eyes open, with eyes closed. But eyes closed is important factor, and Upanishad is giving that emphasis in this second chapter. So, Indriyani manasa sannirveshya. First of all, placing the body in a straight posture. Hridi indriyani manasa sanniveshya. Trirunnatam. The chest, throat and head erect, and drawing the senses and the mind into the heart. This is very important. Many people are fascinated to meditate in this chakra. Some may do it here also, but dangerous. Don't do that. That is not the suggestion of the Upanishad. Do it here. So, in the heart, there is a Hridi, in Trirunnatam Sthapo Samam Sariram, Hridi Indriyani Manasa Sannivishtu. Manasa, by the mind, concentrating on the mind, in the Hridi, in the heart. Heart is the center for experience, all joys, where you feel, all suffering, pain, we feel in the heart. It is a sensitive place. Ramakrishna says, Hriday Donkamara Jaga, meaning it is an announced place, the Lord lives here. At the beating of the drum, you go to see the governor. Where will you see the governor? Governor can stay anywhere in the state, no? But he has a home, it's called the governor house. So this is the governor house of God. So focus here, concentrate here, and then you'll meet. The meet means first darshan. I see you, sir. Then who is he? He will show his own glory. That is a general path. I don't know, an extraordinary person can go to think of non-dual Brahman. We think that we are capable of doing that, but we go into voidness. Most of the people I have asked what they think about non-dual Brahman. Non-dual Brahman, just vacant. After some time, thinking something more, maximum you go to the horizon. You create a mental horizon. That's the Brahman. Mentally, if you sit for meditation and God is infinite, think. What will you think? God is infinite? Okay, it is like sky. Okay, sky, how big? It's a dome. You travel in freeway 5 or some when long stretch of road is there, and you see the horizon is so big, but we try to catch the horizon. Go catch the horizon. horizon never ends. It goes on, as I move on. So that experience should come. We should not make a limit of the unlimited. But we do that. And people are very happy. I don't care for this form of worship in this murti or statue. I am non-dual. And what non-dual? You are meditating on the horizon. You are meditating on a map of Pacific Ocean. I am like infinite, like Pacific Ocean is not infinite. Even Pacific Ocean you cannot think. Can you think of the LA, whole LA? You will make a map of LA. This is Hollywood, that is this, that is this. So, how can we think of infinite? That's why we go to the symbol and symbologies. Spiritual life is very important with symbols and symbologies. All the religion follows some symbol or symbologies. So, that's why to start with that, with the background of infinite, that's perfect. We always have to see who is Rama. Yo Ram Dasarath ki beta, ohi Ram ghat ghat mein leta, ohi Ram jagat pasyara, ohi Ram sabse niyara. Who is Rama? Rama is Jo Ram Dasarath ki beta, who is the son of King Dasarath. Ohi Ram jagat pasyara, that Ram pervades everywhere in the cosmos. Ohi Ram ghat ghat mein leta. That Lord Rama is seated in the heart of every created being. Keep this background, but start with Rama. And then Rama will expand into that infinite expansion, and gradually it will reach what is the merging of our ego, will destroy it and it will merge. So here is suggested that meditate in the heart, knowing one should cross over all fearful currents by means of the raft of Brahman. So, when there are the tendencies of the mind caused by ignorance, which drags one to the ocean of birth and death, this cycle of birth and death, it can be conquered by controlling the mind and putting the mind in the heart chakra with the idea, the mantra. Raft of Brahman is mantra. What is the mantra? Your ishta mantra. Or if you are not initiated, you can think Om. Here is given the Om, word is given Om. Now we read the verse number 9. He says that controlling the senses with an effort and regulating the activities of the body, one should breathe out through the nostril when the vital activities become gentle. Now, pranayama. So he said, first sit in a three things, straight, chest, neck, head in one line. And after sitting, focus the mind on the concept of God in the heart. And now, then control your prana, pranayama. He's talking about the pranayama. Controlling the senses with an effort and regulating the activities of the body. That means not the movement of the body or anything. One should breathe out through the nostril when the vital activities become gentle. When the movement of the breath it becomes normal, body becomes calm, then to do that breathing. Then knowing one without being the least distracted, knowing one without being the least distracted should keep up his hold on the mind as one reins attached to the restive horses. So as if they control your mind totally and the senses with the help of mind being focused inside. Now, what would be the place? In early days we are reading Upanishad. The people used to meditate on the bank of Ganga, bank of the river, or in a forest, or in a dry place. No. So when where will you go to meditate? Where will you select a place? So in early days, even now we go, no? In an isolated place, you sit on the Smasana is a dry place. We need a sweet place. Suppose you go to the beach, make a beautiful seat and see the rumbling of the ocean, the sun is coming up, no? It's a beautiful environment. Your meditation becomes easier. So he says, and you should not sit in a high place, so that you, in the name of meditation, you sleep and fall down. Story is that one sadhu, one Swami, long old story. He was meditating on the balloon mott on the bank of the Ganga. And as we do, meditate means what? Mostly we sleep, no? or fight with the mind running here and there. So he was doing japa, and in the sleep, his mala fell down into the Ganga. Then he came and is saying, my japa in the mala is over. Because Mother Ganga took herself my mala. So that's why it is said, no, sit in a place, some sucho, sarkara, banni baluka vivarjite. Today's context, we cannot understand this. Suppose you are in the Himalayas. Suppose you are a wandering monk. You are walking and going in. Where will you make a seat for today's meditation? Because the sadhus don't stay in one place for a long time. Wandering monk is going. Where will you do that meditation? You will find a place of solitude. But what will be? Some sucho. One should perform one's spiritual exercises and concentration. Restoring to caves. In early days, they used to enter into the caves, so the others will not be able to see you, no? And also animals and others will not be disturbing you. Restoring to caves such as pure places, helpful for practice. Places where the ground is level. Don't sit in a slope and then fall down into the water. That's why it is a warning. They are so practical. Make a seat where is a plain land, then without pebbles, rocky pebbles that your legs will hurt, no? Because we have some cushion here. But when you are a wandering monk, you have no cushion. You will have to sit on your legs, and the leg will hurt with the pebbles. So don't sit on the pebble. Many people do that to show their spirituality. But the whole time their mind is in the leg and pinching in the different parts of the body. So places where the ground is level without pebbles and the scenery pleasing to the eyes. If you cannot meditate, open your eyes and see the beauty. See the beauty of the nature. The sun is setting, sun is rising. That inspires you. As also, you cannot meditate. At least you open and your mind will be expanded into vast horizon, which is an expression of infinity. So, serene place with the full of pleasing sensation to the eyes, where there is no wind. Wind means blast of wind. So if you sit there, then you cannot concentrate on your mind. So sit in such a place. But it is not, today's, we don't need much because we have soft, we have our blanket, cushion, we have our chairs, we have a stable position of sitting. So, but it is very important when you go to austerity in Himalayas like a wandering monk or anything. So you have to select a place where not to choksu pīrane. Etu, mano anukule. It is favorable to your mind. The scenic beauty, sitting on the beach, and in the early morning, you see the calmness and serenity. And then there you concentrate mind into the infinity. And better to keep in such a place where the concept of infinity can flash. Or we keep our Ishta Murti, photo of our Ishta Devata. When I cannot do this, open your eyes, you focus on that. And when you cannot, look inside or outside. So it should be pleasing to your eyes. It should not be in a place where hot air is blowing or the wind is blasting, the sand is murmuring, the leaves are falling from the trees and hitting your body. So avoid all those places. Serene. So it's very apt with the Gita's idea. Sucho udese, Gita also suggests. Sucho udese pratisthapyo. You put your seat in a very pure place. Not dirty, not disturbing anything. Pleasing place, what is pleasing to your eyes, with back, neck straight, and chakshu anukule, not to chakshu pidane, which is favorable to your eyes, soothing to your eyes, not a distracting object there. And guha nibato asrayano projaya. So this 10th verse says, one should perform one's exercises in concentration, this practice of meditation, resorting to caves and such other places helpful to its practice. What are the places? Places where the ground is level without pebbles, when the scenery pleasing to the eyes, where there is no wind, dust, fire, dampness, and disturbing noises. Dampness is a big thing. That's why earlier days you see, Gita also suggests, chela ajino kushottaram. You make your seat on the chela ajino kusha. Kusha grass first, because people used to meditate in a ground, there is no other barrier. So the damp of the ground will pass, and people used to meditate longer, hours and hours. So first put a layer of kusho grass, available very cheaply, kusho. Chela means the cloth. Ajino means skin, tiger skin, deer skin. Why? That is no damp will penetrate, crossing that leather. So that's why we find that yogis use the tiger skin. Swamiji's room, Vivekananda's room in Belur, there is a tiger skin. I do not know who gave. Swamiji used or maybe used or I do not know. But that was a tradition. You go to Samlatal, where Swami Birajananda used to do tremendous spiritual practice. And because it is a forest of the Himalayas, many deer skin, this, that probably he got collected, and he used to meditate on those skins. Traditional path of meditation. You put the kusha grass first, that's why even here we do kusha first, then a non-conductor like skin, and then over it soft something, cloth. So here he is suggesting you select such a soft seat. Many people do hardship unnecessarily sitting in the rock or in the stone. Rather you sit comfortably so that your mind can easily flow towards the heart. So this is the position. You go and make your seat, and then you are meditating. So what is the sign of your spiritual growth? Ramakrishna had this, in his vision, he had all these statements. These are true, verified by Ramakrishna. What will you see? If you see, are you progressing now? You sit for meditation. So what is the sign that you are progressing in your practice?
Ananda.
Ananda. But even you will have some vision. What are the vision? You may have gods and goddesses vision sometimes. But here they are saying non-dual, we are thinking of non-dual God. So here you will see this type of vision. Ramakrishna said, I used to meditate and see sometimes that I am surrounded by millions of fireflies. Suppose you think yourself, you are in a dark space where every light is off, and you see, suddenly your meditation is taking you to that type of experience, seeing the blinking of the fireflies, off and on, off and on, off and on, and millions of around. Sri Ramakrishna, read the life of Sri Ramakrishna, you will find that he had this experience. So Upanishad says here, Niharo dhuma. This is a good verse. Niharo dhuma. Niharo means snow. Sometimes you'll see like a snowflakes all around. White. Snowflakes are coming. The Upanishad is saying that is a sign that you are progressing. Don't think it is final. Most of us, the problem is that you have some vision or you have some little light one day. I got it. I got the nirvikalpa state. No, stop. Journey is to be continued. He says that Niharo, you see the Niharo. It's a great thing, but it's a landmark, it's a milestone. You have, good, continue. How many things will come? Spiritual, God is infinite, and God's experience is also infinite. Don't limit it and say that you have done. So he says, the Niharo means the snow, like the snow, white, like everywhere it is white, and it's all little snowflakes. You are surrounded by, no, there is nobody. You are the only personality, and you are surrounded by that wonderful, blissful, calm and serene. Not cold, don't feel cold there. Then you are bringing back your mind into the body. It is not the body. It must have to be raised in such a consciousness. Your body consciousness is not there. But you see the charm of that snowflakes, millions and billions and trillions and zillions of all these snowflakes, and it is so beautiful, and you are absorbed into that. It is coming in your mystic vision. So Niharo, Dhuma, like a smoke. Smoke means, smoke has dark smoke, bright smoke. So it will be some smoke, it is not that pungent or disturbing, but it is soothing. Niharo, Dhuma, Orko. Sometimes it is light, blazing light of sun. Arjuna said when he saw Krishna showed his divine cosmic form, and he said that, oh, I see millions of sun as if have come at a time in the sky. That's an experience. Surya, sun. Niharo dhuma arko. Anilo anolanam. Anil means wind, soothing wind, blowing as it were everywhere. Ananda dhara vṛkṣe. The wind of bliss is blowing everywhere. That type of feeling. Then wind and fire. Along with it, khaddoto. Khaddoto means firefly. Then vidduto, lightning. The light will be so bright, just like a lightning, one flash of lightning dazzles our eyes, so it will be that light constantly around. Crystal and moon. All these, if you see, etani rupani, if you have visions of these things coming gradually in your life, know that yoga, in yoga practice of the Brahman, that you are moving correctly, which precedes the manifestors. That means forms that appear, like it is not a gods and goddesses are not coming here, because this person is practicing non-dual type of meditation. So it is all are coming in the form of light, air, wind, fire, snow, whiteness, so that this is different types of experience. The Upanishad says, forms that appear like snow, smoke, sun, wind, fire, firefly, lightning, crystal, and moon precede the manifestation of Brahman in yoga practice.
So did Patanjali talk about something like this?
Patanjali didn't say that.
Because it's yoga.
Like smell of the nose and tongue.
Those are yogic process. If you feel, then your tongue will be, as you said, some experience will. But this type of description we don't find in Patanjali. Because Patanjali is Patanjali is based on Sankhya, na? They concentrate on puruṣo and prakriti. Their analytical path is different. Prakriti, 24 principle, and puruṣo, the consciousness. So their knowledge is different. Separate, if you can separate out, you are illumined. But how to do that? They give all these chapters in Vibhuti Yoga is given to just give individual person a hint that this is a science. If you follow this, you can get it. So you can concentrate on Ishvara. Who is Ishvara? Puruṣo, viśve Ishvara. A special puruṣo, special entity of consciousness. That is called the puruṣo. So their process is different, their objects are different. So that is the practicing, this is the manifestation of Brahman in yoga practice. If these forms gradually manifest themselves during yoga practice, one can be sure that the manifestation of Brahman is not that far off. And it is, you are moving towards the realization, final realization. But don't make any one of these experience as your achievement. It is we're driving the car, and in early days, no GPS. So people used to say, hey, when you find the school is coming, after that school, then you get a right turn, and then you will give this, and then you will see this, then you have reached. So when you see that you have reached the school, you know you have progressed. These are all the important so far, but not to get stuck there. And then yogic, vibhuti powers will come. So that is not good. Yogic power, those who show power, that is bad because it hinders their growth. They get stuck there. Now, this represents the various stages of the mental modification as one progresses towards the ultimate realization. Now, Prithvi tejo nilakhe samuttite panchatmake yoga gune pravitte natasya yogo rogo na jara na mrityu praptasya yogagni mayang sariram. When the fivefold perceptions of yoga arising from concentrating the mind on earth, water, light, air and ether have appeared to the yogis, then he has become possessed of a body made of fire of yoga, and he will not be touched by the disease, old age or death. So in this yoga practice, if one concentrates on 5 perceptions of yoga, what are the 5 perceptions of yoga? They have to tell, let me see. The 5 elements. If you concentrate on the 5 elements, earth, air, water, fire, etc., then you can get a power that will make your body strong and possessed of a body made of fire of yoga and will not be touched by disease. So this is the concentration given on earth element. Someone is concentrating on the fire element. If they do, what will happen? In their body, there will be no disease, there will be no jara, old age, all they can conquer by yogic practice.
Maybe Buddha did that because that roga, jara, mrityu, that 3 things Buddha was thinking about, and his guru was also yoga guru. And he also sat in meditation, that asana. In this asana I sit and I will get up.
But he didn't want anything else. Anything comes, even the mar comes, attraction. These are the subtle. That is the point. As you move from the gross, the bigger enemies are waiting inside. Subtle desire, subtle expectation, subtle sensate, urge, they disturb the mind. And mar is nothing but a subtle fight of the mind, the last attraction, tremendous attraction for the world, the last breath. If you can cut that, then you are free. So that resolution is necessary. And by God, that's why I say we have to ask for God's grace. One's effort, but God's grace. Now, fivefold perception of yoga. This refers to the yoga practice mentioned in Patanjali Yoga 1.35 of steadying the mind to fixing attention on one of the five senses. Senses of smell, taste, color, touch, sound. This is done by concentrating on the tip of the nose, the tip of the tongue, the fourth part of the palate, the middle part of the tongue, root of the tongue, etc. If one concentrates like that, they can get a good body, which will have no disease, which can conquer the ailments of the body, disease-free body. But we don't have to do that. You can concentrate your energy in whatever way you like. You can concentrate your tongue, tip of, okay, you day and night concentrate on your tip or tongue. Then what will happen? All the tastes, no? It will be perceived by. You put your focus in the nose, then you will be able to hear, have so many fragrance. Subtleties of the fragrance will come. And if we can concentrate on these material objects, then you will have a good body, which will free from disease and other things. But that is not all. So now you are practicing yoga. What will you feel again? What will you feel? It is said that the first signs of entering into yoga, yoga means this yoga, what we are talking about, you can say, connect with the Patanjali also, that their lightness of the body. Good meditators feel that, as if their body is so light. Thakur is a yogi shrestha. I remember when a photograph was being taken, and the photographer tried to push his chin little up, and he saw the whole body of Ramakrishna was lifted. He got so scared. Loguttam, it is just an example. So he says, Loguttam, lightness of the body. You will feel that your body is as if heaviness of the body is gone. We eat something, we feel little drowsy and we feel heaviness of the body. But this practice is done properly, then the first sign, someone will feel, I have as if light body. Lightness, arogyam, health, alolupattam, thirstless, no thirst. They can, varna prasado, clearness of the complexion. Thakur's body, when he was doing yoga practice, he didn't plan to have all these things, but as he was practicing, his body was so shining, it was to radiate something from the body. So that happens in the yoga practice. Clearness of complexion. Then sarasostho, their voice become very melodious, sweet. There is no harshness in the yogi. There is no yogi whose voice is harsh. That's why Swami Vivekananda said that Pauhari Baba he met, he's a Hatha yogi. His voice was so sweet. And he said, I have never heard a sweet voice after Sri Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna's voice, the sweetest, and next was the Pauhari Baba. So yogi's voice, you do meditation, you see how it happens. If you do real practice, your voice will be sweet, musical, automatic. That's the intensity of the practice does that. Sarasostava, means beauty of the voice. Shubha, agreeable order. Clearness of complexion, beautiful voice, and agreeable order. And his body, sometimes that's why you find that you will feel like some fragrance coming out of the body of a yogi. Yes. As bad odor comes and we put perfume, but they radiate such odor, it is like a fragrance, it is like a jasmine, or like something like that. All the holy people who do real practice, this comes spontaneously. These are signs probably for them to understand that they are in the progress in spiritual. But don't expect these things. Then we will have to stop our meditation. Because you will say that I am not getting this fragrance, so I am not progressing. I am not getting this lightness of the body, so what is happening to me? But I can tell you that I have seen sadhus who actually testify these things. Yeah, the body becomes very light. They become as if so free. Now, suppose when we eat little heavy, we feel heaviness of the body, no? So similarly, they after meditation, they feel that they are lightness of the body. So these are the symptoms the Upanishad says. This is the experience will come. It is said that the first sign of entering, this is the first sign of entering. People get stuck here itself. But it is the first sign of entering the yoga, or first signs are what? A, lightness of the body, good health, thirstlessness of the mind. Mind does not thirst for going here and there and running. Clearness of the complexion, the skin becomes so shining, or it becomes so something bright. This is Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj. He was so old, according to the other Swamis. But his body was so soft, if you touch his feet, he was to the bones almost. He has no muscular body. But touching his feet, you can feel it is like a soft cotton. Softness comes. These are the signs of sattvika manifestation. Sattva quality manifesting means physically you get transformed. Physical sense changes. Clearness of complexion, beautiful voice. And yogis never will have hoarse voice. An agreeable order. We are becoming ajogi. That's why voice is becoming hoarse. A beautiful voice, an agreeable odor, and scantiness, etc. 14. I will end with the 14, another 2 minutes. Just as the same metal disc which was stained by the dust before shines brilliantly when clean, so the embodied being, seeing the truth of Atman, realizes oneness, attains the goal, and becomes sorrowless. So he's giving the example as some metallic item which was stained in the dust and loses its shining nature. Now you clean it. It shines brilliantly when perfectly clean. So the embodied being like us, seeing the truth which is within, that is the Atman, when one realizes this oneness, attains the goal, and then only one becomes sorrowless, beyond all sorrow and suffering. That is established. Okay? So, these are the few verses. This reading also to be understood that they do special practice. That's why it happens. As he said, they focus on their nose tip, tongue tip, tongue in the palate, tongue in this. So we are not doing and don't expect those things. And what is the use of doing so much practice of the tongue, this, that, and then afterwards that is not God realization. If I get a good skin, but good skin will be bad skin after some days. You cannot keep all the time, and ultimately it will go to the fire. Whatever you do, how much you do. So, better to shine from inside. That is the real truth. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Tomorrow we'll have gospel class. I am giving the gospel class tomorrow. Thank you. And good announcement, Professor Phillips Goldsberg. He will be here on Thursday evening, 7:30 to 8:30. Please bring more people because he is coming weekday class. At least I shall be here. You also come so that our number becomes little full. So he will be speaking on karma. His new book he has written. So he will be speaking in his... So please come at 7:30 day after. If you don't come tomorrow, that's okay. Come day after tomorrow.